and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from Tulsa's Gathering Place.
This is such a great place to visit. Some folks call this the Central Park of the Midwest. The latest award, USA Today's Best City Park of 2021. Add that to Time Magazine's Top 100 Places to Visit, and National Geographic calls the playground one of the top 12 mind-bending places. You can take a stroll, play, rent a boat, visit a restaurant, and so much more. We'll take a look around throughout the show.
But first, adventure sometimes has to take place inside, especially when it comes to Oklahoma's weather.
Our new adventure reporter, Augustus Cook, wouldn't let air conditioning or walls stop him from experiencing some extreme rock climbing in Oklahoma City.
Today we're at the Summit Climbing Gym in Oklahoma City. I've always heard great things about the climbing community and how welcoming they are, so let's go see what it's all about.
Summit stands in an old grain silo that has been remade into one of the more distinctive climbing venues in the country.
I've been climbing for probably 12 years now. This is a pretty unique climbing environment.
Go for it.
But Summit isn't just for experienced climbers.
We also run climbing classes on certain days. So if you are like a beginner and you're wanting to get into intermediate climbing, you can always come and take a class.
The gym is a great place to come learn new climbing skills and just kind of get involved with the sport from the beginning.
And if you're a first-time climber like me, then they'll make sure you get started on the right foot.
I have to make sure I let you know that climbing is dangerous. Just because we're in an indoor gym does not make it any less dangerous than if you were outside climbing on your own. Awesome, let's go.
All right, sounds good.
You'll get set up in a harness and strapped into your climbing shoes while they tell you the ins and outs of the gym, along with some basic rules and procedures. From there, you'll learn how to hook into and use an auto belay system.
Auto belay automatically belays you, so you don't have to have a partner to do this.
And once you have that down, you'll move on to learning how to use a top rope system.
Whenever you come up to climb, you're going to clip in from the top down.
And once you're clipped in, you get a rundown on top rope belaying.
So it's very important that you check to make sure each other is secured and locked in. You can give it a good squeeze. Perfect.
And now that you've covered the skills, you demonstrate your knowledge by belaying and then practicing catching a couple falls.
I want you to climb up a little ways, and then without announcing or without turning back and looking, I want you to take a surprise fall.
And maybe taking a fall yourself.
Woo, that was a good catch.
But after you complete the training, you're all set to tackle the walls in one of the most unique and engaging climbing environments around. And I have to say, as an athlete, I really appreciated the physical challenge of making it up the wall because, man, this is a good workout. But I also had to engage my mind as I tried to figure out the best route to the top.
I like that one. Don't like that one. Oh, what is this?
And once you reach the top and realize how far you've come, all the effort was worth it, and that was honestly one of my favorite parts of the experience. And you can actually climb on the outside of the silo as well. I mean, check out this view.
Not only exercise your muscles, but it also figuring out kind of the problems up on the wall takes some brain power too.
I love climbing as a sport because it keeps my mental energies going as well as the physical activity in a way that it kind of takes my mind off of the other stressors of the day.
And if getting fit while staying a little closer to the ground is more your speed, Summit also offers abs classes and yoga.
That was pretty incredible, but I think the biggest thing that I learned today was whether you're a complete newcomer or a grizzled veteran of rock climbing, Summit Climbing Gym in Oklahoma City has something to offer for anyone. For Discover Oklahoma, I'm Augustus Cook.
Summit Rock Climbing is located at 200 Southeast 4th Street in Oklahoma City. They're open 7 days a week. A gym owned by the same company is located in Norman. Check out their website, summitgyms.com.
All right, now from climbing the walls to floating the waterways, you can actually learn a lot about boats and ships in Oklahoma, specifically Catoosa.
Jason Grubbs takes us to the Maritime Education Center.
The Port of Catoosa has played a big role in Oklahoma's history and economy. And you can learn all about it here at the Maritime Education Center for free.
The 445-mile McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System starts and/or ends here in northeast Oklahoma, connecting our waterways to the Mississippi River. Today, the Tulsa ports consist of the ports of Catoosa and Inola, a 2,500-acre industrial park and inland river port with 70 different companies running operations here. That's a lot of traffic moving through the port every day, and not just by water.
A lot of traffic. We typically see about 1,000 semi-trucks a day. We've got 15 miles of rail within our port, and then you see towboats pushing barges in and out of our port every day.
Barges filled with imports like molasses and fertilizer, coming in from all over the world. They're loaded onto a truck or rail car, then shipped all over the country. It's just as busy the other way, especially with Oklahoma's oil and gas products.
We've also got a lot of wheat and a lot of soybean coming in to our port by truck and rail, going out by barge.
One barge can hold 1,500 tons, which is the same as 60 semi-trailers.
One towboat can push 12 barges on our system. That's the same as 720 semi-trucks. It's literally 1/5 the cost to ship that wheat and soybean to Louisiana by barge versus truck.
It takes about 8 to 10 days for a barge to reach the Port of New Orleans, and since the Port of Catoosa is 420 feet higher in elevation than the Mississippi, there are 18 locks and dams,
which basically are giant elevators of water or a giant staircase of water.
A lot of us had heard talk over the years that this was the inlandmost port in the country. I'm told that's sort of true. The correct way to say it is that this is the largest, most inland, ice-free port in the country.
So there is a port up around Sioux City that's a little further inland. They freeze over about half the year, so they can't ship. So if we say ice-free, so we get all those accolades, all those different ways.
The massive project was built and is still managed by the Army Corps of Engineers. Today, the Oklahoma Maritime Education Center houses the history of the waterway. Call ahead or email to schedule a tour. About 12,000 people visit every year. The first thing you'll spot when you get here is the Charlie Border towboat parked out front, named after an active civic leader.
It was the first towboat purchased by the Port Authority, and he was in the water switching barges for about 27 years.
It serves as an educational experience and a symbol for a navigation system that's now 50 years old, which continues to be an asset for our state.
Recreation, navigation, hydroelectric power, wildlife conservation, water supply, these are all benefits of this navigation system.
Reporting along Oklahoma's seacoast, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
The Port of Catoosa's Maritime Education Center is located at 5350 Cimarron Road. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Admission is always free.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
We've tried to stay with natural fibers. We've always tried to stay American-made.
The little spot in the heart of Oklahoma that's creating art sold all over the world.
People are just really shocked, and it's funny watching them walk to every room to room and just another wow, over and over again.
Plus the mouth-watering sweet shop that will leave your eyes wide open.
It was really soft and it wasn't as hard and crumbly and everything like that. And then the gravy was amazing.
And breakfast worth the drive, the spot with the backstory that will warm your heart, coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Imagine limitless possibilities with the Oklahoma Travel Guide. Imagine world-class wonderlands, road trips that inspire. Imagine date night elevated. Order your free guide at travelok.com. Imagine that.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Tulsa's Gathering Place, an absolutely incredible park that you really have to see for yourself.
This place is actually more than just a park, it's actually a work of art.
And there's a different kind of art that is attracting folks to the southern Oklahoma town of Sulphur. Right now, Quinn Tran takes us to Mahota Textiles.
Mahota Textiles serves as a place where native stories are told in the designs, patterns, and woven material.
It's all about the earth and about life and about the sun. The Mississippians worship the sun and very much a creator. And Abba Benali is the creator for the Chickasaw. That is our name for the creator. And so those blankets are really about spirituality.
From blankets to pillows, purses, and more, Mahota Textiles features southeastern Mississippian designs in its showroom and retail store. Internationally known Chickasaw weaver and fashion designer Margaret Roach Wheeler founded Mahota Textiles, named after her great-great-great-grandmother who survived removal. With the support of the Chickasaw Nation, Mahota Textiles is the first tribally owned textile company.
We've tried to stay with natural fibers. We've always tried to stay American-made. We create the designs here. They're all southeastern Mississippian designs, so they're of the southeastern tribes.
The process involves blending traditional designs with modern-day technology.
Our ancestors were carving them in shells, making gorgets out of them, and here we are using them on Adobe Illustrator and weaving them into fabric.
Taloa Underwood creates designs that she says pay tribute to her Chickasaw tribe and her elders.
My favorite design that I've done was our 2020 eagle blanket. To the Chickasaws, it's looked as the bird that flies closest to the creator. It's a powerful bird, he's very knowledgeable, and so when I read that about the eagle, my first thought was my grandfather. I've learned everything about my Chickasaw culture from him and my grandmother.
Located in downtown Sulphur, Mahota Textiles is such a unique business that shares native culture and attracts tourism. It's also making a name for itself beyond Chickasaw country.
We are located in 20 retail locations across the U.S., from the East Coast to the West Coast. We are in several museums. We're in the Smithsonian National Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C., and we are also in the Autry Museum in Los Angeles, and several museums and boutiques, in between, and hopefully eventually internationally as well. That not only do they get to see beautiful high-end quality products, but we also tell the story of the products and the history behind it. So it's sort of an educational element that we add, and people love it. So I love that they come and just get this whole experience of, Chickasaw and Southeastern art.
It's art that comes alive through beautiful textiles, items created by Oklahoma's Chickasaw citizens and woven to last a lifetime. In Sulphur, Oklahoma, Quintran, Discover Oklahoma.
You'll find Mahota at 309 West Muskogee Avenue in Sulphur. You can also shop online at their website, mahotatextiles.com. Now, while you're here at the gathering place, you will find all kinds of different options for getting something to eat.
But if you've got a sweet tooth that just won't quit, we've got the spot for you. Julie Chen takes us to Pinkitzel.
What do you get when you mix Wonderland, Willy Wonka, and Marie Antoinette? Pinkitzel, a store specializing in sweet treats.
People are just really shocked, and it's funny watching them walk to every room to room and just another wow, over and over again.
It's safe to say a trip here is a rush. A sugar rush, that is.
Big candy store. We've got a little bit of everything. Something for everyone for sure.
That includes cupcakes, baked fresh here daily. Pinkitzel typically has about a dozen different flavors.
Any time of year, you're gonna find the birthday. You're gonna find the red velvet, peanut butter. Our double truffle is probably our most popular.
The store's macarons are also a popular pick, with 14 delicious varieties to choose from. Do you have a top-selling macaron?
Definitely the birthday surprise.
Truffles and specialty hot cocoa round out what you'll find behind the counter, but there's much more around the store, like the candy bar. Scoop as much as you'd like of this candy collection.
Chiclets, jelly beans, we've got all kinds of different gummies. I think we've got at least 12 different little gummy animals of some kind. Kids really like coming in for that.
There's also loose taffy and a vintage candy room stocked with old favorites. Keep exploring and you'll uncover imported chocolate, gluten-free, sugar-free, and keto options, plus many more unique finds.
I found an apple pie chocolate bar that I'm pretty excited to try when I get home.
Pinkitzel is also offering private experiences now too, like high tea and cupcake decorating. You can also, of course, have larger parties here as well.
The kids' parties are probably my favorite because we actually get to interact with the customers that way. But that comes with a dozen cupcakes, and it's going to be our chocolate and vanilla for the kids up there. And then it comes with some little activities. We do princess and or unicorn bingo. We do some candy necklaces they get to make.
Adults can also have parties in this private lofted space. Plus, the store sells gift items like candles, soaps, even tabletop piñatas.
It's just a fun little place to stop into. You can get a bag of candy and then keep walking around and munch on some gummies or whatever you picked up.
Pinkitzel moved to this new Cherry Street location recently. When you plan your visit, be sure to save room for dessert.
You gotta come. Like, there's just different stuff. You just gotta come and see it. It's really cool.
There's a whole wide variety of options. Pretty much anything that you would want, you can find something.
It is every kid's dream world.
In Tulsa, Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
Pinkitzel in Tulsa is located at 1345 East 15th Street. They also have locations in Norman and Oklahoma City.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
You name it, we got it.
The Route 66 destination where you've just got to stop for gifts and souvenirs.
It was to die for. It was amazing. It was really scrumptious.
And wait until you see what's on the menu at this cafe in Yukon. It's all ahead right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Why order a free Oklahoma outdoor guide? Uncover unique wonders. Cultivate your curiosity. And wake up your wild side. Order or download your free copy today.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Tulsa's Gathering Place. There's no doubt this needs to be on your summer bucket list. Just about 3 miles from here, there is a collection of some of the most unique shops, and it's right on Tulsa's Route 66.
In fact, Jason Grubbs is going to check out one location. Let's step inside the Sky Gallery.
If you're looking for a gift for someone or yourself, try Sky Gallery on Route 66. Everything in here checks all the boxes. It's beautiful, handcrafted, and it's all local. Let's go inside and check it out.
We have a lot of paintings, we have ceramics, we have woodworking, wood carving, lots of jewelry, mosaics.
From baskets, blown glass, and mosaic guitars to locally made soaps and candles, you'll find almost anything artistic here at the Sky Gallery.
You name it, we got it.
Owner Janet Bitton was a commercial artist for nearly 40 years. Today, she showcases the work of more than 40 artists. Among them, her husband Mike's wonderful woodwork.
He has such an eye, and he brings out the natural beauty of the wood.
There are jeweled animals and one-of-a-kind pieces of jewelry, handcrafted knives, and watercolors. All of it from Oklahomans, near and far.
Collinsville, we've got people from Broken Arrow, we got a lot of Tulsa people.
As well as artists from in and around Oklahoma City.
We just love our artists because without them, we wouldn't be here, and that is our heart.
Janet says that love for local art is also in the heart of Tulsa.
It's really a gift to be in a city like Tulsa, to where you can expand and explore and engage with the artist.
While you're in the store, don't forget to look up. That's where you'll see the store's namesake, a skylight surrounded by a hand-painted sky.
We want everybody that walks in here to feel uplifted and inspired.
There are plenty of pieces here to help you find that inspiration. If you're looking for a more custom piece of work, Sky Gallery helps with that too.
We have cards for each of the artists. You can contact them. We want our artists to thrive.
Janet keeps the social media pages up to date for people online, but she says you simply can't replace the experience of seeing any piece of art in person.
But to see the art and touch it and engage with it, and art is to be felt. Art is to be felt.
And for those works to be done by fellow Oklahomans makes them even that more special.
To have a piece of originally made Oklahoma art, you just can't go wrong. You can't.
At the Sky Gallery on Route 66 in Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Keep art in your life, local art.
Sky Gallery is located at 1401 East 11th Street. That's right along Route 66. They're closed on Mondays but open the other 6 days of the week. Hit up their website at skygalleryok.com.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
I think we found our new pit stop in the morning.
Why they stopped, and you will want to as well when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Make a date with the great outdoors with the Oklahoma State Parks app. Explore trails, discover events, get deals, book lodging, campsites, and more. Download the Oklahoma State Parks app. Experience a state of wonder.
We have had such a fun time today exploring here at Tulsa's Gathering Place. You've got to plan your trip here.
And once you are finished, hop on Route 66 and head west. You will find all kinds of great restaurants like this next one. Right now, Deanne Stein is going to take us to the Redbird Coffee House and Cafe in Yukon.
Redbird Coffee House operated out of a food truck for 3 years before finally opening in its permanent location here along Route 66 in Yukon.
It's a beautiful thing. It's also probably the most challenging thing that I've ever done.
The social worker turned business owner never thought about owning her own restaurant, but Rachel Goebel did it. Originally to offer kids aging out of foster care a place to learn and grow.
We wanted to teach them how to work with their peers, how to work with people from different backgrounds, how to work with authority.
Through her effort, Goebel's business also grew, from her food truck to this beautiful renovated space in Yukon.
I think probably what I love most is just being a space for people in the community to come and spend time.
Like her food truck, the menu at the restaurant is centered around coffee and waffles, which are a little sweeter than most.
And it's a yeast-based waffle dough that we make the day previous, and then it cures overnight, and then we put pearl sugar, which is a clumped beet sugar, in it, and it is just the most delicious. It tastes more like a pastry than it does a breakfast waffle.
With just 2 on the menu, the most popular one is the Curly Sue, a waffle drizzled with peanut butter and syrup and then topped with sliced bananas.
Beyond that, it's kind of a build your own, so we have Nutella, whipped cream, blueberries, just a large variety of toppings.
Which is what newcomer Becky Sigler did.
I put Nutella and strawberries and bananas on mine. It was to die for. It was amazing. It was really scrumptious.
But with more space, Rachel was able to add even more choices.
We decided to venture into biscuits, and so we have what's called a cat head biscuit, which is about the size of a cat's head. That's where the name comes from.
You can get the huge buttery biscuit as a breakfast sandwich like the Sunrise, filled with eggs, cheddar cheese, and bacon, or covered with sausage gravy.
It was really soft, and it wasn't as hard and crumbly and everything like that. And then the gravy was amazing.
I think we found our new pit stop in the morning.
As for the coffee, they use Eyote coffee based out of Oklahoma City.
Their coffee is delicious, so it's probably my favorite that I have tasted, and that's why we brought it into the shop.
You can get it cold brewed, hot, iced, or even as a frappuccino. And with the inviting dining room, you'll want to stay a while.
A coffee shop is unlike other businesses in that it is very relational, and that is my favorite part about it, and that's why I wanted to have a coffee shop, is because for us it's all about the relationship.
And building those relationships over time. In Yukon, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Redbird Coffee House is located right on Route 66 at 812 West Main in Yukon. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday.
And no matter where your next road trip takes you, the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide will help you find a great place to eat. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click Request Free Brochures to get your copy. A big thank you to our friends here at Tulsa's Gathering Place for hosting us this week. There is so much to see, do, eat, and explore here. We encourage you to download their app or check out their website to plan your trip.
And coming up next week on Discover Oklahoma, a museum dedicated to our state's first responders, firefighters.
And we head to the UCO Boathouse for another look at easy adventures in Oklahoma. That's next week right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.